Oof. Alright, we got another video. This one is called Houston's Killer Rap Wars. They call 5 Bodies and a Life Case Before 20.
It was around 1:30 a.m. on September 25th, 2019. A purple Dodge Charger pulled onto Froncitas Drive in the Fallbrook area of northwest Harris County. 61-year-old Rosalva Reyes sat in the front passenger seat. Her sister was in the back, and her niece was behind the wheel. Rosalva's husband, Ramiro Reyes, followed close behind in his green pickup truck. The family had just come from the hospital where Rosalva's mother had died earlier that evening. They were grieving and ready to collapse into their beds. As the niece parked the Charger in front of the house on the 1100 block of Froncitas, gunfire exploded from the darkness. A dark-colored SUV began firing at Rosalva's car. She was hit multiple times. Ramiro was parking his truck directly in front of the Charger when he heard the shots. He jumped out and rushed toward his wife. The couple's son-in-law also ran to help. That's when the SUV circled back and fired again, hitting both Ramiro and the son-in-law. Ramiro and Rosalva, both innocent senior citizens, died on their front lawn. What the Reyes family didn't know, what they couldn't have known, was that they'd been followed. The shooters believed the purple Charger belonged to Houston rapper Cash Out Ace or someone close to him. But Ace wasn't in the Charger that night. His would-be killers had murdered 2 innocent grandparents in a case of mistaken identity. And when the killers learned they'd shot the wrong people, they celebrated because they thought Ramiro and Rosalva were Cash Out Ace's grandparents.
That's the most stupidest thing. These niggas can't even make sure that they hit the right people. These niggas can't even make sure that they got the right person. They just don't care. That's so stupid, dog. Like, people who ain't got nothing to do with your beef or what you got going on with the other side or whatever side you own, you just targeting random people because of the car. That's how stupid these people is, gang.
Their family had been caught in the crossfires of one of Texas's deadliest gangland conflicts, tied to modern street gangs that had been at war for years over social media beefs and rap rivalries. And it would culminate in not just the Reyes slayings, but the deaths of several others, and it would all be tied back to one man, a rapper, who in the fallout would lose his life to the prison system.
Texas rapper TNK sentenced to life in prison after killing 5 people, 2 being an elderly couple he mistook as the grandparents of his op.
Christian Ivan Cavazos was born on February 15, 2001 in Houston, Texas. By the time he turned 18, he was already a documented member of a street gang called 10K. The gang operated out of Northwest Houston and had been under investigation for years by both federal authorities and Harris County Sheriff's Office. Between 2017 and 2020, investigators linked 10K to at least 54 violent crimes, murders, aggravated assaults, drive-by shootings, robberies, and more.
I'm not supposed to be nowhere, nigga, but right here making this bread. Show me 500 though.
Shit, nigga. This, hey, look, I ain't, bro. Like I said, bro, I don't give a fuck about no money, no nothing like that. Real street nigga, bro. You know
But y'all.
Man, you ask these people to show them a house, a property in their name, they can't show it. Ask them to show any stocks they done invested in, can't show it. Ask them to show them their portfolio, they don't know what a portfolio is. Just dumb and stupid, gang.
Y'all ain't gonna come see me though. That's all that matter though, cause y'all.
Bro, when I get a feature, I'm gonna go out there.
Bro, all 10K pussy, bro. All 10K pussy as a bitch, bro.
I love that shit. Hey, every nigga in 10K, bitch on God.
Hey, look, it's because I'm going to the strip club, my nigga. I'm finna throw these ones, my nigga.
Hey, look, I think I got more ones than you got right there.
I don't think so, bro.
Cavazos himself was later identified by investigators as a leader of the gang. And like many gang members in the social media era, he documented his life online. Under the stage name Guero 10K, he released music on YouTube and Instagram.
You better be cautious. Up in your body, sell you for auction. Hop in the woods, so they know it be coughing. We deep in the bitch, they be thinking we mighty like.
His tracks had titles like Same Time, Open Scars, and What It Take. He posted videos of himself flashing guns, cash, and drugs. But Cavazos, unlike many performative artists, was actually living the life he rapped about and was making money from it. When authorities executed a search warrant on his home on April 22nd, 2021, they found multiple firearms, including high-powered rifles and handguns, 14 pounds of marijuana, bottles of codeine, over $20,000 in cash, and 4 counterfeit $100 bills. The 10K gang had a bitter rivalry with Houston rapper Cash Out Ace, a rapper and pimp whose real name is Miguel Guajardo. The beef played out in the streets and on social media, with both sides taunting each other through music and Instagram posts. The actual source of the rivalry is debated frequently, with many claiming it started from Ace singing about fucking Guero's girl, or from members of Ace's gang robbing or even murdering a 10K member. Nonetheless, in 2019, that tension exploded into a wave of bloodshed that would leave 5 people dead.
This young man has no idea what struggles we face daily.
Cavazos and his gang investigated for years by the feds and local authorities, seizing guns and drugs from Cavazos' home. Finding the abandoned car, investigators say he and other documented gang members were in when they murdered the Reyeses and did that music video drive-by, shell casings still inside.
The first victim was 19-year-old Ryan McGowan. On September 6, 2019, Cavazos was riding in a car with other 10K members when they spotted a group of young men in another vehicle. Cavazos opened fire on their car. The driver, who was wounded by the gunshots, managed to pull over in a light industrial area north of Jersey Village, on a block of Windfern in northwest Harris County. Cavazos got out of his car, walked up to the vehicle he'd just shot at, and fired directly into the back seat where Ryan was sitting. His mother, Shamilwa McGowan, would later stand in court and look directly at Cavazos during her 10-minute victim impact statement. Quote, "He kept hunting my son down like an animal," she said. 19 days later, on September 25th, 2019, Cavazos killed again. This time, it was Ramiro and Rosalva Reyes. Cavazos and his crew had been driving around northwest Houston when they spotted the purple Dodge Charger. They believed, wrongly, that it belonged to Cash Out Ace or someone close to him, leading to the brutal slaying on Francitas Drive at around 1:30 a.m. Here's where the story gets even darker. According to court records, when Cavazos and his accomplice Luis Santi saw news coverage of the murders the next day, they weren't upset. In fact, they were happy. One of the 10K members later told detectives that when Santi and Cavazos realized they'd killed the wrong person, quote, "they were not upset because they thought Ramiro and his wife were Cash Out Ace's grandparents. So they were happy with what they had done. They'd killed 2 innocent people who had nothing to do with the beef, and they didn't care."
Niggas happy about killing innocent people. That's some demonic stuff that they into, gang. That's some demonic stuff that they into. You happy about killing 2 random people, elderly people at that? You happy about that? Even after in the news they reported that they're not even connected to none of the people that you're beefing with, or none of the people that you're trying to get at, you're still happy. Niggas sick. They're demented in the head. There's something wrong in the head, bruh. They're demented in the head.
For 3 months, the Reyes murders went unsolved. Police had surveillance video of the shooting, footage showing the killers firing multiple shots before speeding away, but no arrests were made. Cavazos and his crew stayed active, posting on social media, making music, and moving through Houston like they were untouchable. Then came December 27th, 2019, 2 days after Christmas. Cash Out Ace was filming a music video in the 500 block of Smart Street near Berwyn Drive in North Harris County, close to I-45 North and Gulf Bank Road. He'd only told a small group of close friends about the shoot, trying to keep it low-key, but he'd also posted about it on social media, inviting friends and followers to join the recording. Around 9:30 p.m., a group of young men gathered in a parking lot at a warehouse complex to film the video. Among them was 20-year-old Gonzalo Andrew Gonzalez, who'd been hired as the videographer. Gonzalo was an only child who'd graduated from Summer Creek High School in 2017 as a straight-A student. At the time of his death, Gonzalo was a student at the University of Houston majoring in marketing. He worked at his family's business and had already created 2 Houston-based businesses to promote his work in photography and videography, with dreams of shooting movies and writing films. As such, he didn't know Cash Out Ace personally. He was just there to do a job for a paycheck. Also present was Jonathan Jimenez, a young father to a 3-year-old daughter named Emma. As the group set up lights and cameras in the parking lot, 2 cars slowly cruised past. According to surveillance footage reviewed by investigators, the cars made a U-turn, came back down the street at a very low speed, and that's when the weapons came out. Cavazos was in the passenger seat of one of the vehicles. Without warning, he and the other 10K members opened fire dozens of times. Bullets flew in every direction, hitting people who were just there to film a music video.
8-year-old son Gonzalo was shooting this music video when Cavazos drove by with other gang members shooting. Dozens and dozens of rounds. Gonzalo died instantly.
When the shooting stopped, 2 people were dead and 7 others were wounded. Gonzalo Andrew Gonzalez, the 20-year-old videographer, was hit multiple times and died at the scene. Jonathan Jimenez was also killed. 1 victim was shot in the head and listed in critical condition. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said some of the injuries were very serious. Investigators believe there could be even more victims who fled the scene before deputies arrived. Blood stained the parking lot. Lights that had been set up for the video shoot were still standing. A bus shelter between the lot and Smart Street had 4 visible bullet holes. In the aftermath of the music video shooting, Houston Police and Harris County Sheriff's Office investigators launched a massive investigation. But despite the evidence, they needed someone to talk, and that's when they caught a break.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, Jacob, we've learned that 9 people were injured in the shooting. We wanted to show you. You can see where some of those bullets went flying into the parking lot straight through that area there. And if we take a short walk, I want to show you a little bit more of the parking lot where the shooting took place. This happened around 9:30 last night. We can even make out, if we zoom in just a little bit, you can see some of their camera equipment. It looks like lights from that shoot from last night. We know that 9 people were injured in the shooting, which happened around 9:30 last night. Initially, Harris County deputies told us that it was 8 adult men and 1 teenager that were out here in this parking lot shooting a rap video. That's when someone in a car drove by and began shooting.
Play some other shit. Hey, they can watch them hoes. Hey, the feds can watch this hoe. They gon' come in this hoe, and they gonna be like, where everything at? Where the bad shit at? I'm be like.
One of the suspects in the music video shooting, a 10K member named Kelvin Badillo, was arrested on September 1st, 2021, nearly 2 years after the murders. Under questioning, Badillo gave a full confession. He admitted he was the driver that night and said Cavazos was in the front passenger seat and 2 other 10K members, identified as Roman and Rico 10K, were in the back. After the shooting, Badillo drove everyone back to Cavazos' home. But Badillo didn't just talk about the music video shooting. He also revealed what Cavazos and Luis Santee had told him about the Reyes murders. That's how detectives learned the full story. Badillo's testimony was the key that unlocked the entire case. On the same day Badillo was arrested, authorities moved in on Cavazos. A SWAT team executed a search warrant on his home on April 22nd, 2021. There they found what was stated earlier: multiple firearms, 14 pounds of marijuana, bottles of codeine, and a ton of cash and counterfeit bills. Investigators also reviewed Cavazos' social media accounts. They found posts bragging about the shootings, flashing guns, and making threats. After the music video massacre, Cavazos even released 2 songs with lyrics referencing the attack. But all that bravado faded when Cavazos, just 19 at the time, was officially charged with capital murder. A charge that carries either life in prison or the death penalty in Texas. Luis Santee, his accomplice in multiple murders, was also arrested and charged. The Harris County District Attorney's Office announced
60-year sentence. Damn.
Going after the entire 10K gang under organized crime statutes. It's hard to differentiate at what point it stopped being about music and more about murder, said Chris Hanley, the chief prosecutor of the Organized Crime Division. But the investigation revealed something even more disturbing. Cavazos' own mother, Christina Ravelo, had allegedly helped him hunt down his targets.
Wait, what? Woman accused of aiding son in his gang shooting that mistakenly left 2 seniors dead. Huh?
Ravelo worked as a manager at a T-Mobile store. According to court records and a search warrant affidavit, she used her position to access customer information. In the hours leading up to the Reyes murders, phone records showed Ravelo was communicating with Cavazos' father and a co-worker at T-Mobile. Cavazos' father allegedly texted Ravelo asking if she could find the address associated with a phone number belonging to a rival gang member they were targeting. Ravelo passed the request to her co-worker, 27-year-old Naomi Vallejo, who used her manager's login to access T-Mobile's system. The phone number was registered to the target's grandmother, who lived near the Fallbrook area shooting site where Ramiro and Rosalva Reyes were killed. Investigators believe Ravelo provided her son with this location information, thinking it would lead him to his target. Instead, it led him to 2 innocent grandparents. Ravelo had already been fired from T-Mobile for violating company policy before.
Not only is you stupid, your mama's stupid and your daddy's stupid. Just a bunch of dumbasses. Just a family full of stupid people. God damn. Y'all niggas can't do nothing right. Y'all can't do nothing right. Just a family of idiots, bruh. Y'all shot at the wrong person. Y'all killed senior citizens, elderly people, 2 of them. And y'all even had T-Mobile. Y'all had your parents working at T-Mobile asking for phone records to see where people is. And they gave you the wrong information. Like, damn, like he was just doomed when he was born. When he was born, he was just doomed to fail, gang. And that's sad, bruh. Parents are supposed to help their children. not help their children commit murders, not help their children commit crimes. But as you can see, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Just a family of dumbasses.
Her arrest. She was arrested on February 24th, 2022, and charged with conspiracy to commit a breach of computer safety and engaging in organized crime. She posted her $75K bond 2 days later and was released pending trial. Vallejo was charged with breach of computer security and fraudulent use of identifying information of an elderly person. The case against Cavazos was overwhelming. Luis Santi's personal cell phone was literally recovered at a crime scene. Prosecutors had him and his friends dead to rights on multiple counts of capital murder. In October 2023, before his own trial could begin, Santi pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder. The then 25-year-old was sentenced to 3 concurrent 60-year prison sentences. The plea deal came on the eve of his capital murder trial, which would have exposed him to the death penalty. His sentences would run concurrently, meaning he would serve them at the same time rather than consecutively. If he serves his full sentence without parole, there is a chance he will die behind bars. Cavazos held out longer, but eventually, the weight of the evidence became too much. On September 21st, 2024, Christian Ivan Cavazos pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder. He was 22 years old. At the sentencing hearing, prosecutors presented the full scope of his crimes: 5 murders across 3 separate shootings in just 4 months. The courtroom was packed with family members and friends of the victims. Many wore custom photo buttons bearing the faces of all 5 victims bound together in tragedy. Judge Taiva Bell, after hearing impact statements from the family of his victims, sentenced Cavazos to life in prison without the possibility.
Damn. Sentenced to life in prison after killing 5.
Of parole. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg released a statement. So many people, so many families will never have peace because of the indiscriminate violence this man inflicted on our community. We swore an oath to see that justice is done, and in this case, justice demanded that this man be sentenced to life in prison.
Y'all niggas gonna be in this house. Y'all niggas gonna be in this house with me.
Listen,
go catch somebody. You gonna be in this house with
bro, can you please let me talk? You own a fucking exotic.
Guero 10K will die behind bars. After his arrest and sentencing, Guero 10K became connected to Puro Tango Blast, a series of loosely connected Houston, Texas prison gangs that control.
And he's happy about it. Look at that. He's smiling. He happy about it. He happy that he in prison. It'll hit him when he's probably 50 or 40.
He became connected to Puro Tango Blast, a series of loosely connected Houston, Texas prison gangs that control much of the Hispanic gang activity. Cavazos allegedly had problems with a Tango Blast member, beating him with an air conditioner. This led to a quickly viral video from later 2025 in which a large group of Tango Blast members stand around him while he's singing, acting normal, before suddenly jumping him and beating him nonstop.
Can't show the rest of the video where God is. And me blast. Oh.
All it took were 4 months of violence to destroy the life of a 19-year-old rapper with growing success and income-earning parents, and he will have to live with that fact within Texas's brutal prison system for the next several decades.
Well, he wasn't smiling then. These clowns should get a felony charge for the haircut alone. Sorry, not sorry. It always be them Edgars, bro. I'm telling you. Don't trust anybody with an Edgar cut. I'm telling you. Nah, that ass whooping at the end was the best part of the video. I'm telling you, bro. They'll end up killing him in prison eventually. We'll see. But it's literally a bunch of kids that ain't grow up in no hood portraying something that ain't just a bunch of crash dummies that got a hold of some guns. That's basically it right there. He's not from the hood. He was never raised around the hood. He had 2 parents in a household with him. He's not like born in it. He didn't have to do any of it. He just saw the image and wanted to be a part of it. That's all it is. It's all an image. It's all an act. It's all a play. These people left the hospital grieving just to die before they make it home. Getting strong island boy vibes. I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy.
Now what you gonna say when it all comes past that? girl, you're gonna love me. What you gonna do when all your love is the crowd? You're gonna love me. Now what you gonna say when it all comes crashing down? Girl, you're gonna